Hello, hello. We are back with some more Clair Obscur. Took a few minutes to get started today. For some reason, the game did not want to launch. I still don't really know why, and I don't really know why it's working right now, but it is working, so we'll count our blessings, I suppose. So, we got two things on the docket today. We gotta beat that guy, Simon, and then we gotta go do the quest, which I believe we're pretty much just done with. We just gotta go find the quest giver for doing all the Nevron quests. There is another Nevron quest to do, as far as I know, but it has some issues with it, so we should not do it first. But we'll get to that when we get to that. First, we gotta beat Simon. I got no idea how long this is gonna take. Our first try went really well, and then it kind of fell apart when he vanished my entire team, which I didn't know he could do. Um, so yeah, I guess we'll see how it goes. Oh, let me pull up my notes so I can talk about what we changed since last time. Yo, what's going on? And welcome back to some more Clair Obscur Expedition 33. In the last one, we went through Renoir's drafts, which brought us to this area, the Abyss, where we found Simon, one of Verso's original expedition friends. And he apparently has become an Axon slaying demon somehow. I don't really know how that happened. It seems like somehow Clea had something to do with it, but maybe they'll explain it after we beat him. Anyways, we tried to fight him, and it was going pretty decently. The first fight, I thought we were gonna just win, and then he vanished my entire team, and obviously my backup teammates didn't stand a chance after that. So, after trying a few more times, we decided that maybe it was possible with a little bit better execution and strategy. But I decided to figure out if we could get a few more Luminas to help us out. So I took notes of all the Luminas. We essentially, there's a place where you could just kill an enemy called Clair Obscur, like a boss. It was in the monolith. For some reason, I keep wanting to say monument. In the monolith, near the very end, off to the side, there was a boss. So we went back, killed him quite a few times. Every time you kill him, he gives you 5 color of Lumina. So you can essentially farm it infinitely as much as you want. Um, I did my math wrong a little bit and ended up with too many Lumina points. So I was like, oh, what else can I get? So I picked a few other things to add to my list of stuff. So what we ended up with is I'll show all the new abilities that we got. So we now have charging burn on both Lune and Minoko, which just gives us more gradient charge. Pretty obvious. They should be doing this every single turn. They take 2 turns, so they should be doing it multiple times. Mael already had second chance. Yeah, she already had second chance here. So I just got Lune and Minoko second chance as well. So if I make a fatal error, it'll be a little bit easier because he does vanish people when he takes a turn if they're dead. So a second chance just makes that less likely to happen. Another one that we got, who did we get it on? Oh, I just made sure that everyone had Breaking Death. I think I was moving around Pictos and I took Breaking Death Picto off of Lune to get her more stats. So I just made sure that she had Breaking Death. Energy Master. Who did I give Energy Master? Okay, Energy Master. Um, Lune now has it. She doesn't really need it, but I kind of talked about it in the last one. It should just make it so she essentially just starts every single turn with 8 or 9 AP no matter what happens, as long as Typhoon is going. And Minoko also has Energy Master. He had it from a Picto before, and I think I took off his Picto to give him a better stats, and now he has Energy Master in Illumina instead, which is just really good with all the stuff that he has, like energizing shots, which gives him 1 AP sometimes. So instead, he sometimes gets 2 AP, which is just way more valuable. I also made sure, because we took off the cheater Picto for Lune, I guess I'll show her Pictos really quick. I kind of sacrificed a little bit of her health to make her a lot faster. So she's got like, I don't know, 4,300 speed or something, 4,500 speed, somewhere close to that. Because she has greater rush at the start of the match and for the entire match. So she's pretty fast now. But she will die, which we don't want to happen, which is why we got stuff like Second Chance and Survivor on her. Next, Charging Stun. Charging Stun I added to everyone. It was a really cheap Picto. It makes it whenever you hit a stun enemy, you get 5% of your charge, gradient charge, which doesn't seem to be limited once per turn. So if you have a multi-hit move, it just charges it a whole bunch. And our strategy is pretty much to just keep stunning him. And we use our gradient charge on Minoko to stun him. And then we should just be able to earn a bunch of gradient charge while he's stunned to then get ready for another stun. That's the plan. Minoko's also a little bit faster now, so hopefully there's not an instance where this guy gets to take 2 turns before Minoko takes 1. That was happening a few times last time. So if we could stop that, then in theory, Minoko should be able to keep him perma-stunned with this. And this hopefully will also work on free aim shots. I don't see why it wouldn't. It doesn't say that it wouldn't, but we'll kind of see. But ideally now we got so many things that charge gradients, like with critical, charging stun, and charging burn, and charging alteration. I don't see any way that we can't generate 3 gradient charges every single time in between Minoko's turns. And plus Minoko can also use his first turn to generate it himself, assuming that the shooting works. But we already know that the crit works and the burn works, so he can at least get a little bit per turn. So what's the next one? Oh yeah, Minoko got some new stuff, just really cheap things that I thought would be really good for him. So we added in here Exposing Break. So I was kind of running into the trap where I kept trying to apply Defenseless to him, and it was messing up my wheel, like making it so I couldn't get to Almighty Mask again. So instead, I made it so whenever he breaks, because he's the guy always breaking, right? If someone on my team dies, it applies a full break bar to him, and then Minoko just shoots him to break him. And Minoko's also going to be breaking him with his 3 gradient attack. So this is just going to make it so he applies Defenseless. And then I also added in, I've wanted this for a while, but I kept forgetting about it, Greater Defenseless. So that'll just synergize with that, making it Greater Defenseless. So we have more damage that we're doing when he is defenseless, and he should hopefully just be permanently defenseless now. And then we also went with Fueling Break. I kind of thought this would be interesting because Minoko's doing all the breaking, and we kind of build up pretty good burn numbers on him. So I was like, sure, if Minoko breaks him, just double his burn. Why not? That sounds pretty good, right? So we spent 5 points on that. And then I gave everybody Healing Share. I was kind of talking about maybe Claia's Life would be a good thing to have because everyone seems to be taking 2 turns in a row, so they could just heal to 100% every single turn. But Claia's Life was kind of expensive, and it would have taken me like half an hour of farming to get it on everyone. So I decided to just give everyone Healing Share. So every time someone receives healing, they also get 15% of that healing. I don't really know how that, because all healing is percent healing. So I don't really know how it works, but it just means that everyone's going to get a little bit more health, right? So hopefully we'll be closer to full health because we're also using full strength on everybody. So we ideally want to be full health as much as possible. And then finally, on my L, another cheap thing that could just give us more damage. We got... where is it? Stun Boost. I was going to get Stun Boost on everyone, but I ran out of Color of Luminous. It just makes it so when an enemy is stunned, we do 30% more damage. Mael's the major damage dealer, so I thought this was the right move to put it on her instead of anyone else. And hopefully, if our plan works as I have written it out, then he should almost permanently be stunned. So anyways, that's what I did. It took a little bit of farming. We probably could have beat him without it, but again, it seems like we had two options. Either figure out a way to, like, first we kind of got to learn exactly when he vanishes everyone. It seems to be when he reaches about a third health is when he does it, and then he turns like Super Saiyan mode anyways. So I feel like if he does that, you're probably doomed anyways. But assuming that you can still win after he does that, you would need your backup squad to be strong enough to deal with him, which I just have not invested in Verso or CL at all. And I was like, I don't want to go through all that. So we went. The other strategy seems to be kill him before he does it. Now there's two ideas, and I don't know. I assume if you just one-shot him before he, like, just boom, eviscerate his health bar, then he won't do it. I don't know if we keep breaking him, if that will stop him from doing it or not. It should, but I'm worried that he might have, like, a breakout of stun mechanic and still do it. So I'm not sure. Hopefully him just being constantly stunned will make it so he can't do it, but they could have given him like a failsafe to negate that. We'll find out. Now I haven't played today yet, so we're going to be warming up with this guy. He's pretty tough, and I haven't been very good at blocking his stuff before. But essentially we got to get better at him anyways if we're going to reliably beat him. But we should have a lot more tools to make it happen now.
Energized.
Better.
Oh, I also changed one of our moves. I guess I'll show it off when we get there. I forgot to talk about it.
I'm ready.
I maybe should have just let him hit me so he breaks my shield. Mael's the one who has the new move, so we gotta wait till we get to Mael's turn. What am I doing with your turn? I'm probably just taking 2 turns, building up as much gradient as possible. Unfortunately, first turn we can't really do anything. As far as breaking him goes, it's very unlikely unless someone dies. But I don't really want to let someone die turn 1. Although I think maybe the once per battle things reset when he goes to phase 2. So maybe it would have been smart to just let someone die. But either way, I don't expect to lose on phase 1. We're more probably going to make use of letting someone die in phase 2, which probably is going to happen unintentionally.
The fun begins.
I could have maybe just gone for defenseless there, but I guess I could still go for it right now, huh? Because we don't really care about our wheel position on phase 1, I think.
Time to hit big.
Okay, so now we can talk about what's different about Mael. I just changed her top right ability. It used to be the one that generates gradient charge, but I wasn't really using it because it's an AoE move. So I changed it to Momentum Strike, which hopefully I was thinking maybe we could use to try and one-shot him from high HP amounts. But he kind of has to be marked for it to work, and in this case we didn't get like a stay marked to actually stick to him. So it's probably not the right play right now. But you can see that we did get to 3 gradient charges before Mael's turn now. So there is potential for us to do like some Gomage shenanigans, but I think we're probably just saving it for Minoko. Did we hit 3 gradient charges before Minoko used Hexka Crush? Probably not, but if we did, I definitely should have just broken him instead. Oh, I missed the input because it seemed slower than it should have been.
Overflowing with energy.
So is the healing share doing anything? It doesn't really look like it, not gonna lie. It's probably giving such small amounts of health that it's not relevant. Now we know that nothing transfers over to phase 2. So we don't need to like keep a Typhoon going or anything. But I should probably Typhoon next turn, but I don't need an enhanced Typhoon because the battle's not going to last that long. So that's big damage. I think I just Typhoon here and hope no one dies. He's got to steal all my shields. It is what it is. If someone dies, I guess it doesn't even matter. I keep misinputting today. Pressing it like slightly too quickly.
Okay.
Wait, she actually... Oh, I guess she already procced Survivor. She comes back though, right? Yeah. So we lose like Typhoon, but you could see here because of all the extra AP and stuff that we generate, even when she does die and Typhoon goes away, we have 9 AP, which is kind of like the problem I was running into. Sometimes if she died, everything would go wrong. Now, she doesn't get a second turn from Cheater because she's playing immediately off the revive. And we probably don't even need Typhoon here. So we're probably just looking to... He might just die to this, but if he doesn't, then Minoko will probably finish it out. Okay, he did just die to it. So we've seen all this stuff. If you want to see the cutscenes and stuff, you should go back to the last one.
Ready to evade.
Energized.
I didn't realize that last one was an attack.
I'm back.
Okay, so that's like the worst case scenario. We used all of our second chances immediately, huh? But now we're guaranteed to get a break. And it's actually kind of bad that Lune died there. Sometimes he does a single target attack at the start of the fight. Sometimes he does the AoE one. But the fact that Lune died means she doesn't get a second turn here, which is a little bit obnoxious. But we should be able to recover since we know we're going to be able to break him. Mael's going to end up is stanceless right now, so we're really just trying to build Gradient Charge. Which maybe I should just homage so I am in Virtuous Stance for next turn. No, I should just generate burn, right? Because then I can double the burn immediately. So yeah, that's the right play. Oh, because we weren't in Virtuous, we didn't actually generate that much burn. We're still going to double it, though. So I'm pretty sure while he's like in this broken state, you don't actually need to hit him in the head. He does have a weak spot for hitting him in the head, but while he's broken, I don't think it matters. Like we're just taking another turn here. So he is defenseless, he is slowed. And after his turn, we should have 3 Gradient Charges again, so... Is there anything... Hold on, let me look at my skills really quick, because now he's already defenseless, so I don't really care about that. Can't break him. I don't really want to apply more shields because he's just going to steal him even though he's stunned, which is stupid. I guess we could apply Powerless to him. Yeah, for 2 AP, I might as well just apply Powerless to him at the end of my turn. Well, first we just rapidly shoot until we actually run out of AP, which who knows when that'll happen. Okay, we ran out of AP. Okay, so we got 3 Gradient Charges, but we gotta save it for Minoko's turn. So now we kind of want... We gotta keep track of our Typhoon turns. I think that's the worst thing about these long fights, is keeping track of Typhoon turns. Because the game does not do it for you. So we currently are on 1 Typhoon turn. Oh my gosh, I keep misclicking. So we don't need to Typhoon this turn. So I think we're just Lightning Dancing to get a whole bunch of burns on him and do some damage and stuff. See, this would be a nice time for Lune to also have Stun Boost.
Lightning dance. Ready to evade.
Okay, so he's gonna steal all the shields, but luckily Minoko... Oh, he's just gonna take someone to low HP, but it shouldn't matter. So Minoko can actually break his shields because of the lightning. Oh, and then at the end of his turn, he also took a lightning hit. So Minoko's just using the gradient attack. Other than that, I don't really think we care. We're just trying to get back to Almighty Mask. Do I have a 1, 2, 3, 4? I have a 4 spin, right? Yeah, I do, but it's the one that... Ooh, it's the one that applies shields. Not ideal. But we might use it anyways. Maybe. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just use a 2 spin to set me up for 2 spin next turn. That might be the smarter play. Oh, okay, we just went to full AP. Cool stuff. Okay, so at 4 is about the mark where I want to use my gradient attack. And we are using a breakpoint every single time, probably, is the strategy. Now, if I can, I would really like to maybe get to 1 gradient charge for Mael, so then she can switch to Virtuous Stance. So it was big damage, double his burn. And we're just saving 2 mana. Okay, we actually got the 2 mana. Alright, and then we're just spinning 2. So he's gonna permanently have Defenseless and Slow because Minoko keeps breaking him. Powerless we might have to reapply at some point. Wait, Minoko already applied almost 3? Okay, so yeah, this whole hitting him while he's stunned does work. And it actually almost gave us 3 gradient charges on his own, which means that Mael can definitely do it. She actually got it right away to 3. I can use another one for free here. I'm thinking, can I just go Maj then? I might be able to just go Maj right now. Should I really like put this build to the test? See if I could go Maj and then build up 3 more gradient charges for Minoko? Because Minoko could... Ah, but he's not going to be stunned on Minoko's turn. That's a problem, actually. I think I shouldn't risk it. There's no reason to risk it, right? I should just play smart. It's really tempting, though, Because, like, what move am I going to use? Because Gomage is only a one hit, but everything my L does is going to get a lot of stacks. So if I did, like, Pyrolus is only 3 hits. He doesn't currently have a mark, so Homage is not great. But I don't want to Homage anyways, because I'll be Virtuous. But Lune can get a lot of hits in. Because she just needs to Typhoon and then Lightning Dance. I think it's the dumb play, but I think it'd be really funny if it does work, so I'm going to try it. If it doesn't work, then I guess we'll have to restart and try again. That's not the button I want. Does Gomage do anything else? Well, it kills weaker targets. Okay, well that doesn't help me.
Out of this canvas.
There's big damage.
Let us stay there.
I potentially should have just, yeah, we're already at 2 Gradient Charges. I should have just used Burning Canvas instead, because we already had so much burn on him. Probably would have been way more efficient, because now burn is starting to fall off, because I don't have longer burn. So we need to Typhoon, and then we should have an Enhanced Lightning Dance after that, hopefully. Okay, and we're already at 3 charges again. So we can, as long as 2 people are hitting him while he's stunned, we can very easily just pop 3 Gradient Charges on him. And even if we couldn't, Lightning Dance would have probably done it by itself. He still has Stormcaller going on him, right? So the only bad thing is Stormcaller might end right here. I don't actually remember how many turns he's taken since I Stormcallared him. I think not. I think we have 1 more turn of it.
Lightning dance.
Because Stormcaller is... You gotta keep track of his turns and my turns. Typhoon is my turns. Stormcaller is his turns.
Some mayhem.
Okay, so he's no longer stunned, but we have 3 Gradient Charges, so it doesn't matter. He still has the Lightning Caller, or Stormcaller. So what am I doing here? Last time I flipped 2, so I'm going to just flip 2 again. Okay, the question is, do I think it'd be smarter for me to just use the Gradient attack now so I could rebuild the Gradient, but like I build it so easily. But if I do it this way, then I can go Maj with my L, so I should just fire it now. Okay, so he's broken again. He has 509 burn on him. I'm thinking that my L might be able to one-shot him with 509 burn. So we just gotta save 2 mana. I could potentially, if I don't care about the Almighty Mask, I could maybe Powerless him, which would mess up my Almighty Mask play. But he's not going to get a turn anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter if he's powerless. Alright, so now Mael is going to go Maj and then Burning Canvas, and he should be dead. That mark is really tempting to use, but I'm going to let it go. I should have used it. What am I doing? I should have just used the mark, right? I wasn't thinking. I was like, I want to use it with Gustav's homage, but I should just use it with Gomage instead. So, we are going to Gomage, which shouldn't kill. Big damage. And now we are using Burning Canvas, which is 5, so we just need 5 mana. And then I think this will be the end of the fight.
We take everything.
And that still had 2 hits left. Okay, so my strategy worked perfectly. Literally, he can't do anything. He's just permanently broken. Alright, fair enough. I'm surprised he didn't give us any loot. Does Verso get a special sword or something now? So do we get to know why this guy's important to Clair? Or maybe he's just important to the painted Clair? It wasn't really clear which Clair. Or why. We do have a journal entry. Maybe that'll tell us something. Oh, it just gives you a level 33 weapon. Slightly unexpected. 50 color Illumina. And 2 perfect catalysts. It's weird that they gave that to you all after the fight and not, like, the battle loot was not any of that stuff. It could have been in the battle loot screen. Alright, let's check out what this sword is. I assume it's for Verso. I don't see why it would be for anyone else. Where is it? There it is. Samoso. An ethereal sword deals light damage on any damage dealt with skills. Okay, so it just does kind of like what his passive thing was, where it does like a follow-up damage. 20% chance to apply burn on dealing light damage. And I assume that counts that follow-up ethereal damage. So you can get a lot of burns with this thing. Now, the other sword that we have increases burn damage. This one doesn't increase burn damage, but it increases how many burns you can get. Maybe, I don't know. It's a little bit tough, depending on if you really make use of that base attack thing. And then can't die if at least A rank. Very interesting. Obviously, if you're getting hit a lot, it's pretty easy to drop ranks pretty quickly. But if you're just getting hit by like a one-hit, one-shot thing, then you I don't know what it means by can't die. Because it doesn't say like survive with 1 HP. I assume it's survive with 1 HP, but can't die could also mean just like, oh, I don't take any damage while I'm A rank, sorry. But I think he needs to lose ranks, he has to take damage, right? It's not taking hits, it's taking damage or something. Maybe? I don't remember, because I haven't used Verso that much. Anyways, it seems cool. Could be good. It would work for a free aim build, although we did get like the sword that's designed for free aim right here, which is probably better. But the follow-up damage would work on free aim as well. So it's an interesting idea. Actually, I kind of want to equip it just for fun. I want to see what it looks like, especially with the side part, because Versa always uses a little dagger as well. How do you get rid of the hide tooltip? You can't really see that much here. And people don't wield their weapons when they're out in the wild, so... Anyways, let's talk to this journal, shall we?
Simon. More and more of my mind is fading away. I must put my words down on paper before I lose myself entirely. My beautiful Clair. What did she do to you? That paintress. She fooled me. She looked so much like you, and I believed her story. She granted me the power to fell the axons and enter the monolith. I realized too late that she had warped my mind. That she had in fact taken you away. Locked you somewhere I could never reach. And set me on a path to destroy your future. But then I met Aline, who showed me that I could save you. With her help, I descended to the bottom of the monolith, where Aline had sealed him away. The one who brings the Gamache. The one who threatens our very existence. But his powers are strong, and I'm finding it harder and harder to fight his influence over my mind. My mind is breaking. My final thoughts are only a few. I despair. But one day, our suffering will end, and we will find our way back to each other. In this life, or another.
Okay, so we don't get to know why Clair is important to him. Obviously, he is talking about the painted Clair, like the Clair that exists in this world. And the Clair, the one that he calls the Paintress, is not the Paintress, which is Aline, because Aline was helping him. The one that he's calling the Paintress is the Clair from the real world, who fooled him because she looks like Clair because she is Clair. So obviously she looks like Clair as well. And since we already fought Clair, we know that Clair painted over and trapped the Clair in this world. And then we beat her earlier and she, like, exploded to save herself from this world. So that's pretty much all I could get from that. And then obviously, I guess the curator was the guy who was sealed away down here, who was causing the gommage. And I don't know, because we technically gommaged the curator. Well, I don't know. I don't know why the curator wasn't here anymore, because for some reason the curator like escaped to help Mael. I don't really know how he did that. Ooh, there's something to interact with. The remains of Simon's chroma. You wish to fight Simon again? Not really. But that's cool. So you could fight him again. You could probably like up the difficulty or something, and because he seems to be the biggest challenge in the game. I doubt there's going to be anything else around here, but part of me wants to like fly off into the darkness here. Have we stopped moving yet? No, we're still moving. Okay, we hit an invisible wall. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be anything. So, I guess that finishes up Renoir's drafts, which was kind of the last zone that I wanted to do. And we defeated what I understand to be the hardest boss in the game, Simon. Obviously, we could have upped the difficulty, maybe made it a little bit tougher. But you kind of saw with the few changes that I made to last time where I felt like we did pretty good on our first few attempts, even though I wasn't that great at parrying his attacks. I feel like our build is just so powerful that we almost just straight up overpowered him. And we got really unlucky. Last time, it was really just that Minoko's turn. He was slightly too slow. And me adding Minoko, he essentially went up from like 2600 speed to 3000 speed by changing some of his Pictos. I think that was a big change to make it so Minoko could actually always take a turn before Simon got to go. Because one time Simon got to go twice, and I didn't know if Minoko would get to go or not because I was doing multiple things like buffing Minoko's speed that turn, and I think I was also slowing Simon the turn before. So I couldn't tell whether Minoko was going to get a turn or not, and I misjudged. Minoko didn't get a turn, and then that threw the whole run away. We could have won without making the changes, but all the changes that I talked about at the beginning of the episode seem to really trivialize this fight. You saw that even though he immediately killed my entire squad, and then they all came back with second chance, and then he never got another turn, right? It was over from there for him. So if you're struggling with this fight, I guess you could just literally do what I did. And as long as you can generate, I was generating 6 gradient charges per turn. So I could go Maj and I could, what's Minoko's move even called? Called like Light Bringer or something? Breakpoint. It does light. No, it doesn't even do light damage. Lightbringer is Verso's ability, I think, that breaks people. But anyways, Breakpoint. I could just spam Breakpoint and go Maj. And even if I didn't have that, like I didn't need to be spamming go Maj. That was just kind of for fun. But anyways, that is beating the hardest boss, or at least what I understand to be the hardest boss in the game. I don't know if there is something else harder out there. I hate that everywhere I go, their feet are just twitching on the rocks. I just want them to stop doing that. But anyways, yeah, that's gonna do it for this one as we beat Simon. And there will be one more episode I think that we'll do where I am going to finish up that quest where we spared all the Nevrons. There's actually something to that quest. And there should be one more Nevron maybe to help out. So we'll see what all there is to that and what rewards you can get. But that's going to do it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Okay, well, there's Simon down. Now we are going to do the Nevron quest. I'm actually surprised, like, how well that worked. That literally, like, anyone could do that, right? Like, if I had not deflected, or if I had not parried a single move the entire of both of those two phases, I still would have won. That's how strong my strategy for that was. But it's always nice, like, to make it so you can over level, I guess. And we're not really over leveled as much as our build just works so well together that, like, no one can compete with it. And the few, after I like saw the fight, I kind of had an idea of the things that I should be doing to make it easier just skill-wise without even getting better at the fight itself. But I do think like the stuff that I'm doing right now is incredibly broken. Like, what is anyone supposed to do against essentially being guaranteed broken every single turn? Is kind of like unplayable for the enemy at this point. Who leveled up? Minoko did. And that's the highest. Oh, someone else leveled up? Oh, I didn't even see CL leveled up. That's the highest burn we've ever gotten. I really wanted to see how much damage that burning canvas was going to do with 500 burn on him, but it's whatever, I guess. I guess if I really wanted to see it, I could just like pump up his health bar stats, because now you can just change their stats individually and then just set it up again and do it all over. But we could technically pump it up even more, because as long as he's not doing anything more and his speed doesn't change, I can guarantee he's still broken every single turn. And if I put longer burn on everyone, then we could be talking about like some crazy burn numbers, because then we'd have 2 more turns to build up burn. I think at that 500 we were gonna start losing chunks like 150 per turn. So it definitely wasn't gonna continue, but if we had 2 more turns to do it, how much does longer burn cost anyways? Long... Is it not called longer burn? Or have I not mastered it? Maybe I didn't master it? Pretty sure. Oh, I didn't master it. I'll just replace Aegis Revival real quick so I can see how much it costs. It costs 15, so, you know, like 15 minutes of farming or so, and I could have it. But that's when we'd be hitting, like, the crazy numbers, possibly. I'd want to go back and at least see what a single hit was doing. I wasn't paying attention to how much... I'm going to write that down, and I'll watch the video later on. Burning canvas damage. I want to see how much a single hit was doing, because each hit does about the same of the 5 hits. And the reason that I didn't see it was because the lightning numbers were like overlapping, and it was I just didn't catch it in the moment. So we just go back to the continent. We're gonna do that quest, and I guess it might be a shorter stream today because I don't have anything else planned other than that. I had no idea how long it was gonna take us to beat Simon, because yesterday, like, Simon was looking kind of tough, right? It could have taken potentially a few hours, but the changes I made seemed to, like, so perfectly counter him that it was actually just easy. Like I said, I could have literally not parried anything and still won. Alright, so on our way over there, I am going to check, because we got to go to 2 different areas in the next episode. I think it's this one. We need to go to Flying Cemetery second. Flying Cemetery, and then this one, which is, I think, called the Fountain.
Here we go.
Supposedly, if we haven't messed anything up, which from what I read, we have not messed anything up yet, we should be good to just complete the quest. Floating Cemetery, not Flying Cemetery. I think that's what it was. So it's right next to Falling Leaves here.
Flashing through the sky.
We never did go to the casino, but I can't imagine there's anything crazy exciting there. There's a few zones that we still haven't done, like we didn't do Crimson Forest. And just from my understanding, none of them are that important, so maybe I'll do them on my own. Otherwise, that's probably gonna be it for the videos. So it is right over there. But we'll start above where we spawned in. Well, let's make sure it's actually over there first. Pretty sure it is. A fountain. Spring Meadows. That's what this is called. Alright, so before we get started on that last one, I'm just gonna go fill up my water. I will be right back. Alrighty. Oh, let's get started then, shall we? Yo, what's going on? And welcome back to some more Clair Obscur Expedition 33. And this will likely be the last episode in our adventure. Last time we defeated Simon, after we fought him for the first time and I kind of had like better ideas of how to counter him, we changed up our build and I think we kind of trivialized the fight. Like I said, we probably could have not parried a single thing and still beat him. But today we are going to do something that I've heard about a long time ago and has kind of been a long time in the making, which is the quest for sparing all those Nevrons that we did along the way. Now, when I looked it up, it seemed like we had already done all of them except for one, which he is in an area called the Floating Cemetery. Not that. Up here. The floating cemetery is right here. But it, for some reason, I don't know. I just read this. Like, this is an optional area that we haven't gone to yet. For some reason, he, like, has potential to bug out the quest or something. So we should not go to him right now. We'll do him after we finish the quest. Because apparently you can complete the quest by just sparing all but one. So I think if we exclude him from the quest, then he won't mess it up or anything. So anyways, we are currently above the starting area here, the Spring Meadows, the first area that we came out of when we entered the overworld. And we're going over to this area called the Fountain, which should allow us to complete Blanche's quest, I believe is what it's called. Now, all the other Nevrons have been, like, along the way in various spots. Pretty much my motto was to just spare anyone. One of the ones that we spared that we didn't actually need to spare was apparently the Tisseur. I don't know if there's a reason to spare him or not. I heard somewhere that if you save all the Bergeon skins in the game, you can, like, give them to him for something. But I have no idea. I could not find if that was actually true or not. And I haven't explored all the areas yet, obviously, so I don't know if I even have all the Bergeon skins. And the game doesn't even count how many Bergeon skins you have, so keeping track of it sounds really annoying. Plus, there was that one Nevron where his quest was to give him a Bergeon skin, so I don't know if that would mess it up. So I have no idea. I don't know if I'm going to even try and do that quest, because it sounds like I can't find any information on it. I have no idea if it's true, so it might just be a waste of time. But that was a guy, we spared him because I thought he might be related to the quest. Turns out he's not related to the quest. But other than that, all the Nevrons have been along the path. Some of them in main story areas, some of them on side areas that were really close to main story areas that I felt compelled to do, so just randomly already had done. Here is an Expedition 84. Now, because last time we actually found Simon's journal, 84 is one of the journals that we do not yet have. So there is potential. Eiffel Tower and Lumiere. There is potential that this area will have that journal for us, which I think after that we're only missing one more journal. Okay, well this is not going to take us to Lumiere, I'm thinking.
Watch out. Is it looking for a fight?
All the ones that are like, the light colors seem to be the good ones. Or the ones that don't fight you and just have a quest to do.
What have we here?
I do see the journal over there, but we'll grab it after we talk to you. Oh, it is Blanche. Okay. One who conquered the monolith. And bested she who claimed this painting as her own. Mistress shall be pleased to hear of your feat. Who is Mistress? Is it maybe Clea? Possibly, because Clea is the only one who can repaint things. So maybe all the light-colored ones have been repainted by Clea or something? Now, one cannot stay ignorant to the consequences of your triumph. What will happen to the canvas? This is kind of an odd one because technically our goal was to stop Renoir, but then I let Verso erase the canvas. But this one doesn't like say that I'm gonna let him do that. It just says that that's what he intends to do. I expected nothing less. I think of this not as a tragedy, but as a victory. Impossible. What you aim to do is unachievable. But I commend your determination. Mistress afflicted me with a similar quality. We who are her creations, we share the same duty to hasten a resolution to their conflict by removing their powers of destruction, by keeping Chroma from their grasp. It must be Clea, right? He's not just coming out and saying it, but I can't imagine who else would have that goal. But I was assigned an additional duty. Incomplete, unfinished creations brought to life by the hand of the mistress. I was painted to neutralize them. Why would she want that? Their existence is proof of the mistress's failures, and for that reason, I was to erase them. But I could not. Wait, so all of the ones, the light ones, are failures? Okay, I'm trying to figure out who the mistress is, because usually I thought the mistress was the paintress. But then I started to think that the mistress was Clea, which would also make sense. Painted by the same brush, cut from the same cloth. Seeing their pitiful state, I simply could not. But you helped them. Many of them are back on their feet thanks to you. You have shown them mercy. You chose the way of kindness. Often have I thought it wrong to hope. For too long I roamed the world. I thought the duty assigned to me to be cruel. Even when I settled on a new purpose, it soon revealed itself to be impossible as well. And so I wandered. Little by little, I lost myself in thoughts of darkness as I noticed the world around me. I then learned the truth. You are one of them. Expeditioners, you have helped so many of us. Kindly accept this. May you continue to help those who have stayed from their path, or who have strayed from their path.
Claire.
Your sister created the Nevrons.
Yes, except for the ones on the Axon Islands.
Why did she make Nevron feet so pointy? I can't polish them without poking myself. It's terribly inconvenient.
Yes, quite annoying.
Okay, so they're just coming out and saying that it's Clea. I can't tell if Clea made all Nevrons or just these Nevrons. But I guess it's not super important. Anyways, so you saw that we got 100 Color of Lumina for doing this quest. If you messed it up along the way and killed the Nevrons instead of helping them, I think you have to fight this guy. And then he gives you like 10 Color of Luminas and some like, I think it was like 2 Grandiose Catalysts. So it's definitely better to do the quest. I'm kind of curious if you could now fight them afterwards. Be on your way, pay me no mind. You won't try to stop us? Only an unappreciative fool would try to stop you. We, the unfinished, we are grateful. Okay, so I could still attack him and maybe get the rewards as well. But I mean, that would kind of like contradict everything I've done the whole campaign, huh? Let's go over here, see this journal. Is there more to this area?
Yasmin, Monolith Year 84. My favorite theory is that she's some crazy demonic maths teacher, and this is our punishment for failing at numbers. A load of superstitious hysteria, but at least we're here now. It's worth it just to walk these valleys. I've barely seen a meadow since Lady Genocide and her poison smoke took up residence. And the sky. I feel almost naked without the dome above us. We're so exposed, but it's thrilling too. We landed at the exact spot where Expedition Zero touched ground and retraced their route. But there's not a single scrap of cloth or body anywhere. Bloody hell, we're out here chasing shadows. 15-year-old shadows. I'm glad we restarted the expeditions. How the hell are we supposed to find them? No trail could last 15 years.
So that's why there's no journals like 84 through 100, because they, after Expedition Zero, they didn't do any more expeditions for 15 years. Interesting. So 37 is the only one I'm missing, which is probably in some random side area. But other than that, we have every single journal that's visible. Now, some of these journals weren't actually on the list when I found them, so it is possible that there's more. I also wonder, I just occurred to me, the other thing that maybe I should look into doing is the manor. Oh, we can't go this way. I thought it would be a path. I never did solve everything in the manor. So maybe I'll look into that as well, but we'll have to figure that out after this episode because I didn't look it up ahead of time. So, anyways, with that done, that's Blanche's quest complete. Now, like I said, you've got to spare all of the Nevrons. It was saying except for one. I don't know if that's true. I'm pretty sure I've spared them all. Now, there's one that I haven't interacted with. So we'll go over to him and help him out as well, just to finish them all up. I don't know how big the area he's in is. As you saw, this area, it only had the guy to help, and some of the areas have just been, it's just this guy, help him. Some of them have also been like in the middle of an entire area, so. But Floating Cemetery, I imagine, wouldn't be a giant zone based off of the name. Alright, so this should be the Floating Cemetery, where hopefully the last Neveron is. Getting stuck on all kinds of rocks. Apparently Expedition Zero has been here. Trash can. I think that's probably him over there. Maybe we'll talk to him first before we go in here. It's usually we always have to get something for them. Sometimes we already have it. Sometimes we gotta go find it. A lot of expeditioners. I guess it is a cemetery. Maybe they were taken here. so many things to run into. There's some way to go over there as well, huh? Alright, well, let's talk to him. Tell me, which weapon should I wield? These guys always wield spears. It is settled. Find me inside the building. I will be waiting. Does this guy just like automatically fight you? Is that why he messes up the quest? Purple item out there, but I think you have to go inside the building to get to it. Oh, this gets us back into the building. Very interesting. Is he down below? Really seeing a whole lot up here.
Well, that will help.
Color Illumina. Trying to figure out if there's anything I could do besides just drop down. Almost accidentally drop down. Like maybe there's something to grapple up through this roof? I'm not seeing anything that we can do. Really, this whole path is just for a single color of Lumina? Oh. Does this guy just attack you? I'm guessing there's no way for me to not fight him then? Did I pick the wrong weapon then? I don't know.
Now's our chance.
I don't really see a way to spare him now that we're in combat.
The eternity of ice.
Maybe I should have looked it up first. I don't remember what actually happens. Oh, he's still alive. This was to be expected, and yet... Each amongst my kind has chosen a weapon from amongst those three. Yet I feel no particular attraction to any of them. I feel only duty. My kind knows only battle. We are born into a world of strife, yet I seem to be the only one who does not revel in it. Yes, a test, in which I was the subject. When our battle began, something stirred within me. Something fleeting. I almost recognized it. Is that what my brethren feel? No, maybe. I pondered this again and again. How do the others fight so effortlessly with such abandon? And why am I unable to do the same? Though I fight alongside them, I am an imposter. This has continued for long enough. I wish to end my life while I am still the one controlling it. Kill me? Find a new purpose. Ending this existence is my new purpose. Okay, now I finished all the Neveron quests. Got the achievement for it. It is the only fight I truly hunger for. If you will not aid me, then please go. You've made your choice, now leave me be. Very well. So do I not get a reward from him then? Yeah, I guess that Nevron kind of makes it difficult. Because it's not... Get a recoat. Anything else around here? Like, all the other Nevrons that you could attack, you could always just, like, come back and do it at a different time if you wanted. This guy didn't really give you that choice. He's like, if you're not gonna do it, then you gotta go.
Perfect.
I think that might be it. Let's look and make sure. Because I have something about that quest open. Okay, so it doesn't say anything about the quest. It just says don't do it until you've done Blanche's quest. Wait, hold on. Wasn't there supposed to be a reward, though? It does say that you're supposed to get 2 Pictos. I guess that's maybe if you kill him? We definitely didn't get any Pictos. So yeah, I guess that's it for Blanche's quest with all the sparing of the Nevrons. And then make sure to come to this guy if you want to get the achievement for it as well, of doing all of their quests. Like I said, this might be the last one. I might look up what we could still do in the manor. I don't know if there's anything interesting to do. If it's just like... Because I know there's one entrance that I know where it is that I haven't gone in yet. But if it's just like all the other entrances where you just come into a room and then you open the door and boom, you're done, then that's not really that exciting. But if there's more for us to do, like if you open everything, you maybe get a special reward for it, maybe we'll do that as well. But that's going to do it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Okay, so I am going to look up what there is still with the manor. Because right now, we haven't been going that long. So let's see what we can find about this, shall we? I don't even know, like, what. Should I just click on, like, the basic wiki for the manor? Okay, so we already did the switches. Wait, you were able to do the manor switches in the epilogue? I thought I tried it, but they were already pressed. Anyways, this is not what I wanted, apparently. Okay, this one. Okay, well, hold on. Let me go down the list and see which ones I actually did. So first of all, we went from the Flying Waters, because that's where you got to go at the beginning. We went from the Gestural Village. And I think we did everything there. Stonewave Cliffs. I remember going there, so we must have done that. From Old Lumiere, I remember going there as well. Yeah, we have the Renoir journal, so we must have done that. From Visages, I remember going there. Unknown journal, we have that, so we must have done that. Siren, I remember going there. We shot the mirror, we got the Shape of Health. We came back later and did that. From the Tainted Battlefield. Okay, yeah, we went to the... Do we have Journal Aline? We must, because I remember going there, but I don't. We do have Journal Aline. Okay. Alright, what next? Falling Leaves. I remember going here. Yeah, okay. We did that. Glacial Falls. Yeah, okay, we definitely did that. Wait, what? This just says make your way down the path. What path? What do you mean? Okay, let's look this up. Location the canvas. Floating island. Where is the canvas? Okay, yeah, I remember that and we haven't gone there. That's true. Okay, that makes it because the thing the guide just says item from the canvas. So, I mean, that didn't exactly make it clear that the canvas is an area we're supposed to be going to get said item. Because the canvas is also just a thing in real life. Alright, so that's one thing that we could do. Go to the canvas. And this opens the doors at the end of the hall. So you can get some stuff. The Reacher. Pretty sure I did this one, right? It gives another journal unknown. We have 2 journal unknown. There's 3 journal unknowns so far that I've found from here. I think we have 2 of them. Okay, then there's this one by the Stonewave Cliffs that I know about, but I never went into. So let me write down all the ones that we could still do. We could do the canvas. And this is Stone Wave, Cliff, Cave, Entrance. All right, that makes 2 that we could do. Blades of the Graveyard. Pretty sure we did that one a long time ago because that one gets you into, I believe, a library. It gives you Civilian Outfit Verso. Do we have that? Yeah, we have that. Alright, next up. Didn't open. What the heck? Okay, we did that. That's it. Okay, so there's one more maybe in white sand. Hmm. Okay, so the only other thing that I found is this guy talking about a white sand area after you've done a whole bunch of stuff. Is it true? No idea. Maybe I should skim some more stuff real quick before I just double down on this. Hmm. I should also maybe find the last gestural. Maybe we could do that both in the same one, but I might need like have guides up to be able to do this. Not sure if this White Sands one is actually real or not. That is what I have not been able to find yet. So, do any of these let me keep track? I'm just trying to look at some pictures so I could try to remember which one I have, because I should have 8 of them, I'm pretty sure. Should have this one. Oh. Pretty sure I have this one. Definitely have this one because I remember we came back and looked for it. fairly certain I have this one. Let me write it down. Pretty sure I have this one. This one doesn't look familiar. Oh, maybe I do have that one. Actually, I do think I have that one, but oh, maybe this one? I don't think I have this one. Yeah, that one I'm pretty sure I actually don't have. That must be the one I don't have. I definitely have this one. Okay, so we have 3 possible things to go to for the manor that I could find. And I believe I know where the last gestural is. Let me confirm I know where all this stuff is. And there's one thing that I'm not sure about because it wasn't in any of the guides, but someone said it in a comment. Let me look up where the zone that he was talking about is. I know it exists. So, the White Stands area must be this one, huh?
Flashing through the sky.
What was this one? Flying Manor, right.
Flashing through the sky. Flashing through the sky.
Is this an area? Here. Sky Island.
Hang on tight.
Okay, so this is the White Sands area. I suppose we'll go to it because we haven't been there yet. Apparently, there's a chance that after you've done a whole bunch of stuff, which I believe we have done all the things for it, that we might be able to do something special. Okay, we do have this gestural, which means that the gestural we don't have must be over there. Oh wait, no, it's... Hold up. Was it next? I think I got the one next to the Reacher, right? It's the one next to... It's the one next to the Endless Tower that I don't have. It's one of the tall buildings. Should be up there, I think. I swear I tried to, like, climb the tower. I guess I just didn't see that this was a thing. Yeah, he's right here. Okay. So I think we'll start the episode in front of the Endless Tower. We'll collect the last gestural. We'll probably camp to go get the rewards. And then we'll try and do these manor-related things, and we'll see what happens. Yo, what's going on? And welcome back to some more Clair Obscur Expedition 33. And today we have a bonus episode. Last time we finished up the Helping the Nevrons quest with Blanche to get the achievement. And today I am going to try and clean up a few things that we still have left over. Specifically, the manor. As much as I could figure out, there seem to be some things that might be still ambiguous about the manor. And then the last lost gestural that I believe I only have one left, and I know where it is. So we're starting today in front of the Endless Tower because that's where the last lost gestural is. I swear I tried to fly up here, but apparently he's just on this island up here. And this should give us all the lost gestrals then.
Flashing through the sky!
Okay, so now with that gestural, we got the achievement for finding all the gestrals, so that is done. I'm going to go camp real quick so we can get the rewards and talk to Sastro. And then we have definitely two things I can do with the manor. And then a third maybe thing. I have no idea if the third one will work or not. This is not the way. Was there not an exit? Oh, the exit's on the other side. Hello, Sastro. All of them are back. True passion. Being the worst parental figure I can be. You gave us 5 color of Lumina. And a new Picto, level 31. Allows flee to be instantaneous. So I've only tried to flee a few times, but when you flee, you have to like survive until your next turn before it actually goes off. So I guess that just makes it so you don't have to do that. Alright, well, there seems to be nothing else with him, so that's it for the Gestrels. Obviously, we didn't just find all the Gestrels in this video, but that was where the last one I hadn't found yet is. And it seemed pretty straightforward when I was looking up. You could just, like, see pictures, see which ones you missed. Most of them are fairly obvious, and they're all in the continent, so... Anyways, let's get back to the continent. And we'll start first with the maybe for the manor. I have no... Like, this is something that's related to the manor for sure. Is it going to get us to the manor? I don't know. As far as I know, apparently there isn't usually a way to get to the manor from here. But if you've completed a whole bunch of things, then maybe there is. So the area that we're going to is right here, called the White Sands. And it apparently is somewhat related to the manor. But, and maybe once we get there, I'll read exactly what this person said about it. And we'll see if they're telling the truth or not. Supposedly, after you've finished a whole bunch of stuff, we should be able to do something else here. So, we've never been into this area before, but let me pull up what supposedly is supposed to happen here. We don't need the Gestrels anymore. Okay, so, not that. Supposedly, there is a super secret room that can only be unlocked after hanging the portrait. Oh, we should probably hang the portrait first then, huh? And unlocking all the rooms in the manor. And you must have killed Alicia, which we did. And Clea, which we did. The Paintress, which we did. And Renoir in Act 2. And you need to travel to the manor through the portal in the White Sand. And then you get 100 Lumina. So I guess our test, I forgot about this. You need to have all the rooms in the manor open first. So let's go make sure we have all the rooms in the manor open first then. Which I went through everything and pulled out just anything that I thought we didn't have done, which was only 2 things. First of all, we know there's a manor entrance here, so maybe we'll just start with that. Should be fairly straightforward. I don't think there's gonna be, like, any huge puzzles to solve. But it'll just take us straight to the manor.
Hang on tight.
I think it was right here. So we found this door, but we never went through it yet. Can Esquier go through it? Yes, he can. So we are in the manor. What can we do in this room? We can open this. There's a secret door inside this wardrobe, because of course there is.
Perfect.
We get forlorn music. And I believe that is it for this area. So now might be a good time to run through the manor, see what doors we don't have open. So we got this, we got this. We got that. We got that. Might as well go up here and make sure there's nothing I'm missing. So, I didn't see any other doors up there that were missing. On this side here, I don't think there's any doors on this side except at the very end here, which we have. Can't shoot this mirror. So this side seems to be good. Let's go to the other side, make sure we got everything over there. Here. So we have this first room. Then we have the room that Mael was in. Then we have this last room. With another piano. I guess I might as well just point out all the things that I know about the manor while we're here. We have this door open. Is this the one with the mirror that you could break? Yeah, you could break this mirror. So this is gonna be the manor episode, except for the fact that a lot of the doors already have open. So then we got this library, which you can like jump across these pillars over here, get a thing from there. And then was there a puzzle to get to this other thing? I don't remember if it was just a lever or something, but it opened up this bookcase to get you in there. And then this also connects to the other stuff, which here, if we look, there's the dev team. I don't think I pointed that out last time we were here. And then this connects over to the other side. There's also, I think, like some loot here, but we probably already picked it up. Then we came from up there. Here's the kitchen where you had to like interact with stuff to open that door. I think it was like this candlestick. I think it was one of these pan. No, it was this pan. This statue. And I can't remember what the last thing was. Something else in here, but it wasn't that difficult to figure out. And then it opens up this little thing where you can fall in. And then there's this guy with the cake. And then that just dropped you back down here where we were a second ago. So we have those two doors open. And then where was the painting that you can jump through? Was it this one? No, it's not this one. I think it was here, this one. Jump through this one. This one's Minoko's room, which Minoko is not only a character in a game, but is the dog from the real, like their actual house, but is also the dog that was in the picture of the dev team because one of the dogs is named Minoko. So there's that. Alright, we already checked all over here. We got all that. All those doors open. So the one thing that we're missing is this right here. The empty frame needs to be filled. And then the other thing that we already have is this little secret here. You could go here. And there's an item here with some paintings and stuff. But to open this, we just had to press all the switches in this room. Where were all the switches? I don't know, somewhere. There's one right there. Right there. There's one right here. On this wall right here. There's one somewhere else. I know there's 4 of them. Where are they all? One's right here. There's 3. Where's the last one? Oh, it's right above it. Right there. There's all 4 switches. I don't know if you need to do that for this, for what we're trying to do right now. If what we're trying to do even works. So, that tells me that we've done everything except for open this door. Now, because we just went to that continent entrance. So the way to open this door is we need to get the picture that goes in that canvas. I don't know if maybe I should go to the White Sands area before this just to check how it's different, but maybe we should. That might be a good idea. Where are we exactly? Okay, we gotta go back to the White Sands area. I guess we'll investigate it. And then the area that we need to go to is, I think, this one or this one. I don't know. It's called the canvas. Somewhere close to the monolith. I don't think it's this one, actually. It's probably this.
Flashing through the sky!
So yeah, I guess we could confirm if this White Sands area actually changes, because if we get there and then it does something cool, but I didn't go there before, then it could have just done that from the start, right? Okay, White Sands. What we got? Expedition 43.
Accord silencieux de nos âmes.
What was it?
Lèvres fantômes. Et râle pâle. Lumière s'éteint.
Why is there someone speaking French? Is that part of the song or is that part of this area?
Au loin, elle s'élève, seule, sans
It's
détour.
that manor from old Lumiere.
Songe,
So
Sans
that's where
retour.
it went.
No,
lumière.
something's
C'est toi.
different.
Les pétales d'iris envahissent les rues du jour déclinant. Nuée complice du clair obscur vacillant. Nuances de chagrin. Il danse autour des heures littorales. Éclipse, florale. Lumière s'éteint. Variation dans l'air. Vapeur de nos chairs. Respiration amère. Lumière s'éteint.
Great.
Contretemps volontaire.
Okay, so we got the Aline music. Okay, I found all the music records apparently as well. Just got the achievement for that.
Si le temps se perd à
So,
contre-temps,
they obviously commented on the manor.
les miroirs sans teint dévoilent leur nature.
They said something's different. So, that tells me that there is something possibly important about this area, but we just can't do it right now, maybe. Let's find out if this is all actually true, huh? So, we need to go to the area called the canvas. And And we need to get the family portrait of the... What are they called? What's Verso's family called? The Sandra or something?
Hang on tight.
And the game gave us a hint of that in the... I know there's a whole bunch of dive areas. Maybe I'll get them later or something. All the ones that I'm not picking up, I like wrote them down. So I have them on like a list where I can check off as I finish things. Which is why I'm not picking those up. But yeah, we got a hint as to what painting needs to go there when we were in the epilogue. Because we were in the manor for the epilogue, and you could see what painting was there. So, I'm pretty sure we're going to whatever that is, which should be the canvas. The canvas. I'm thinking this will be pretty straightforward as to what we need to get here, but I suppose we'll see. I have another Expedition 0 flag. Should maybe keep our eyes open. Always try and shoot paintings and mirrors and stuff. I try and shoot. If you aim at them and nothing turns red, then it can't be shot at. Okay, I haven't seen anything else about this area. So here's the family portrait. The Sandra family. Yes, I would like to take it. Yeah, you can't put it back. Okay, I don't think there's anything else we could do here, so I think that's it. Now we just need to get back to the manor. What's the best way to get to the manor? We can't just, like, teleport to the manor, unfortunately. I guess we just literally have to go find an entrance. We could just use the same entrance we just used. I guess we'll just have to fly all the way back up here. I was trying to figure out if maybe there's a closer entrance to this, but those are decently close. It's just a little bit of a trek. And then after that, there's obviously still a few optional areas that I haven't done yet. But I don't know if I'm going to do 100% of everything. Today we really, like, cleaned up a lot of the achievements that we were missing. I'm kind of curious how I'm doing on achievements. Because we found all the gestrals now. We found all the music records as well. There probably is going to be an achievement for whatever we're doing right now. At least opening all the rooms in the manor would be my guess. Whether or not this whole White Sands thing does anything, we'll find out, I suppose. But at least we should get an achievement for that. And then we beat, like, the big bosses like Simon Clea. We also found all the feet for Minoko recently. So I'm kind of curious what we're missing. I mean, the last... If we're close on achievements, there might just be an achievement for finishing all the other achievements. I don't know why games make one achievement for that, but... Alright, so we gotta hang up the picture. Alright, let's see what happens. We didn't get an achievement for opening this room. Maybe we'll get an achievement when we enter the room. So obviously we've been in this room before in the real manner. There is a like an epic item over there. Not very many epic items in the game, so that's kind of cool. What do we got in here? It's a lot more bare than it was in the real world. Let's start with the journal.
People
Unknown
come
journal.
and people go. The one who will always be there for you is you. Little one, there's more to life if you can just see how big the sky truly is. Reach out your hand, and it's yours.
Actually, now that this menu came up, another achievement might be all the journals. I'm only missing journal 37. Maybe I'll write that one down and we might try and find that as well. I don't know if it counts, like if it, I haven't checked if there is an achievement for it. I don't know if it would count all the unknown journal entries as well that aren't even on the list. But for sure we need 37. What is this? An outfit for Mael. Painted Me. Oh yeah, it's that one, the Alicia one. Okay, we can't do anything with this giant canvas. Well, okay, back to the White Sands then, because I can't figure out, unless we could shoot it, I guess let's try that. No. Room's pretty crazy. Are these the two, like, is this the Visages or not? Because that's Siren. Well, let's figure out if this White Sands area has something now that we've opened all... We've done everything that thing listed. Or the comment listed. Like, we beat Alicia, which I think it's just like Gommage her. We beat Clea. We beat Renoir and the Paintress. We opened all the doors in the manor. Is there anything else? We hung the portrait. I think that's everything. At least everything that's listed.
Flashing through the sky.
Where am I trying to get to? I was trying to go north, right? I went south.
Hang on tight.
Hopefully this works. If it doesn't work, then I don't know what to do. But we can always try and look for that last journal, maybe, as well. At least by going to the area first, we'll know if something's different or not.
accord silencieux de nos âmes,
I don't see anything.
lèvres
Sometimes
fantômes,
portals take a second
et
to
râles
appear.
pâles. Lumière s'éteint.
I'm not seeing it though. Is there possibly a step that wasn't listed?
Au loin, elle s'élève, seule, sans détour. Songe, sans retour. Lumière, s'éteint. Les pétales d'iris envahissent les rues du jour déclinant, nuées complices du clair obscur vacillant. Nuances de chagrin, ils dansent autour
I was really hoping that would kind of just work, huh?
Floral.
Let's look this up. Oh my gosh, there's an entire essay about it. When you enter it, it's not a fixed camera. There's a 43 flag, color Illumina, and a music. Oh yeah, so the guy reading a poem in French. It translates to, and then it says the entire poem. I guess I'll read it. Silent chord of our soul's phantom lips and pale death rattle. Lumiere goes out in the distance. She rises alone without detour. Dreams. Wow, there's something in my eye. Without return, Lumiere goes out. Iris petals invade the streets of the fading day. Accomplice cloud of the flickering chiaroscuro? I don't know what that means. Nuance of sorrow, they dance around the coastal hours. Floral eclipse, Lumiere goes out. Variations in the air, vapor of our flesh, bitter breath. Lumiere goes out. Voluntary counter time, solitary reverse shot. Lumiere goes out. If time get lost going against the current, one way mirror reveal their nature. If our pulse play loves, Lumiere goes out. Bindings and harnesses, tightened ropes, sailors' knots, and crimson reef, shaken tides, capsizing doubt. Lumiere goes out. Drifting knots, slipping bonds, fading mist. Lumiere goes out alone, without help. Dream without shape, dark forever. Lumiere goes out in the last glimmers from overseas. At the dawn of a new day, commemorates fly against the light. Lumiere goes out. A few things that stick out is solitary reverse shot and one-way mirror reveal. There has to be something here. So the poem's done now. I didn't care about reading it in a poetic way because it's in a different language, so it probably doesn't even work out correctly. So a few things that stick out: solitary reverse shot and one-way mirror reveal. There has to be something here. Why is the manor here? Why is there a poem? Why isn't it a fixed camera angle for just the color Lumina on a record? Expedition 43's journal is the one where the guy is complaining about the serpent destroying their submarine, so that doesn't seem connected. And Aline is the mother, the paintress. I'm trying to read all the comments. I don't know. Maybe that one person was lying. It seems like people think that I might be for DLC. Someone's saying that why is there a flag here? if there's nothing to fight, but and asking for like what other areas have flags but nothing to fight. But I specifically remember an area called the Crows where there was a flag and nothing to fight, and there's probably more examples as well. So I wouldn't believe that. Okay, so I don't, as far as I could tell, I can't find anything right now about that. So let's go look up all the journal locations just to make sure I haven't missed any, huh? So we're looking for 37. Huh. I guess I just missed this because I've definitely been in this area before. It's definitely 37? Yeah, okay. I guess I just missed this one. So yeah, I don't know what to make of this area. That person who said that there was a portal after you did all of these things seems to be lying, but maybe if he's telling the truth, maybe he didn't know what all the things were, because sometimes, like, if you do a whole bunch of things in a game, like, say he 100%ed the game, and then came here and just listed off the things that he thought were important, but he didn't actually know, like, maybe there's one, like, maybe you gotta have all the journals. Maybe you gotta have all the music. Something like that. So yeah, where is it exactly? Should be up here. Apparently it's just in this Gestural Beach, which I've definitely been to. I don't know how I could have missed it. Like, maybe it's do all the dive spots or something, which is something that I haven't gotten to yet. And, like, there's an area here. There's still a whole bunch of areas in the game that I haven't done that could potentially also help me unlock it. Because I definitely have not 100%ed the game yet. And then if we don't get an achievement for doing this, I have no idea if there is an achievement for it, but we might take a look at what all the... This is not where I wanted to go. How did I end up here? Where did I take a wrong turn? Where are we at? Oh, okay, we were supposed to go that way.
Hang on tight.
I remember this Gestural Beach being very annoying. But supposedly right next to the portal is a journal? I guess I just didn't see this.
Law, 37th Expedition. Should I feel guilty for enjoying what's left of my life? Should I feel guilty for abandoning the others when the expedition was so clearly doomed? Nobody listened to me. Apparently getting slaughtered by Nevrons or this white-haired man is an appealing future for them all. At least I had fun here. I didn't realize how quickly time has passed. The Gamage is tomorrow. I've been trying to overcome this Gestral's challenge for months now. But it seems even more of a challenge than defeating the Paintress. I guess I'll never see the Gestral's grand prize. That's my only regret in life.
Okay, so we obviously already did that. So we did not get an achievement. Let's go down the list of all the possible journals and see what I may have missed. Start from the top. 34, 35, 36, 37. I don't know why it didn't list the other ones. We'll see how many other optional ones there are. 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. Okay, we'll scroll down a little bit. 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 78, 81, and then 84. Now we have one called a Verso, which we got. This was... And then why do they have to organize it like this? Now there's Julie, which we have down here. Now we have Aline, which we have. Renoir, which we have. Unknown. Pretty sure I have this one. This was inside the manor, so I'm pretty sure, yeah. Unknown inside the Reacher. Yeah, we definitely went in there. And then another unknown in the canvas, which we also got for putting the canvas in place. Survivor, which we have. Simon, which we have. Okay, that appears to be it. So maybe there's just no achievement for all the journals? Okay, well, this was quite the adventure. I think we have most of the collectibles in the game now. Oh, there is an achievement. I just had to exit out. Find all the journals from prior expeditions. Oh, maybe it just counts the ones from prior expeditions. It might not actually count the other optional ones. Okay, so there was an achievement. I just had to actually close the screen first. You would have expected to get it on pickup, right? But whatever. Anyways, so I think that's it for our Expedition 33 adventure. Obviously, there's still a few side optional areas that I haven't quite finished up. But I think that's gonna do it. I might check and see if I'm missing any achievements, because the achievements might be something interesting. Like, if it's just go to every area, then it probably isn't interesting. But if it's like go to a specific area, there's probably something important there, right? So maybe we'll be back with another bonus one, because this was more of just a bonus one where we found the last gestural, figured out the rest of the secrets, and also investigated a possible secret for the manor, which didn't turn out to work. But anyways, I think that's going to do it for now. I had a lot of fun with this game. I'm happy that we got to the end. And I might still do some of the other optional stuff on my own. But assuming there's no important things still left, that's going to do it for Expedition 33. We'll figure out what we're doing next. But hopefully you enjoyed this adventure. I thought this was a great game. And I'm so happy that we got to play it. I'm happy that like a really good turn-based game came out like this, because I think it's gonna really pave the way for other people to make cool turn-based games. Like, I think the problem the turn-based games have a lot is they tend to think they like have to go for like pixel graphics or not as like realistic looking graphics as this game did, and this game like really knocked it out of the park with a realistic looking turn-based game that had very interesting mechanics, and just a really great story on top of it. So hopefully that'll pave the way for some new fun games that are kind of in a genre that I enjoy. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Alrighty. Yeah, I guess we're wrapping it up with shorter stream today, because we just couldn't really find, we didn't get the big secret that I was hoping for from the manor, but I guess we pretty much wrapped up everything except for a few optional areas, so yeah, I guess that's gonna do it. We'll be back next week with, I'm not sure. I might play some more Night Rain now that I'm like better at Night Rain. I unfortunately missed the first super boss. I didn't realize that it would actually go away. I was kind of hoping that they would just keep adding them, but they wouldn't actually disappear when the next one got added. So that was a little bit disappointing. But maybe we'll do that, or we'll find something else to play. But anyways, that's going to do it for the stream today as well. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoyed us wrapping up this game and the whole playthrough of the game. We have pretty much everything that I did in the game, except for like one time when I did some side optional areas on my own that was off camera, but everything else is all on camera. And you kind of saw how we developed our build and what my thought process was. And I kind of think that I ended up doing something with Lune that seems broken to me, but I'm kind of curious if other people thought of a similar idea with Lune. And we kind of made Minoko into our free aim guy, but probably Verso could have done it as well, and probably done a better job than Minoko. But I kind of liked using Minoko to do it anyways, and he ended up actually being like vital to the party because he had that ability to just break every single turn, which is kind of crazy. But anyways, that's gonna do it for now. Hopefully you enjoy.